Alright, first off, I lied. I don't think Haikyuu is the greatest anime of all time, although it is definitely in my top 3. So if you haven't heard of Haikyuu, it's a sports anime that follows a boy named Hinata on his journey to becoming a pro volleyball player. Even though he's small, he's still determined to make it in the world of volleyball, and along the way he meets a ton of super cool, diverse characters who all share his love for the game. One of Hinata's main motivations is his idol, the Tiny Giant, and the Tiny Giant played a few years before Hinata at the same school, and he had a very similar playstyle to how Hinata plays, which makes him one of Hinata's biggest role models, and Hinata even chose to go to the same high school as him, which was Karasuno. So in my opinion, the main thing that sets Haikyuu apart from other anime is the way it motivates and inspires the viewers along with the characters. The show is full of amazing wins and heartbreaking defeats, but the characters never give up on their dreams. Whether it's the main character Hinata or the background characters who only appear for a few episodes, each character in Haikyuu still has their own story and motivations that drive them to succeed. The characters are all super motivated to improve their skills and achieve their goals, and as a viewer, it's impossible not to get swept up in their passion. Watching these characters push themselves to the limit and never give up, even when facing tough challenges, is actually really inspiring and will leave you feeling motivated to chase your own dreams and goals. Every time I rewatch this show, it makes me want to go out and join a volleyball club. Another thing that makes Haikyuu stand out is its realism. The matches in the show are full of unexpected twists and turns, and the winner's never easy to predict. On top of its realistic aspects, Haikyuu also stands out for really well developed characters and an unpredictable plot. Even the side characters in the show have their own backstories and things that drive them, which add so much depth to the show. Which means that even when a match seems like it's heading in a certain direction, there's always a potential for a surprise outcome based on how determined the characters are. In Season 2, Episode 12, Karasuno goes up against a team filled with nobodies, and at first Karasuno easily wins the first set, but in the second set we see the backstory of the other team's players, and it turns out that they've all struggled with their own persistence and question whether it's even worth it to go all out in their matches, which adds a ton of depth to the characters and makes the outcome of the match even more unpredictable. And even though Karasuno is the favorite to win, the other team's determination makes it anyone's game. The team of nobodies eventually finds the strength within themselves to put up a fight against Karasuno, and it makes you think that they might even have a chance at winning the set, even though they were thought to have no chance at the start of the match. This is definitely one of the big things that makes Haikyuu so different from other anime, and every team the main characters face has their own strengths, weaknesses, and motivations, and it's never as simple as just good versus evil. That element of uncertainty makes the matches way more exciting, and it also just makes the show more interesting and engaging overall. Another thing that makes Haikyuu so different from other anime is the way it handles its villains. In this show, the villains are all unique and varied, and they all present different challenges for the team to overcome. There's no one-dimensional bad guy in the show, and this adds a level of uncertainty and excitement to the series. Whether it's a 6'7" player who towers over everyone else, or a genius setter who brings the whole team together, or a power spiker who's almost unbeatable, every formidable team in Haikyuu has something that makes them terrifying. Now I have to mention the humor in Haikyuu. This show manages to strike a perfect balance between intense, nail-biting matches and light-hearted, funny moments. The comedic moments are perfectly timed, which gives a break from the tension without taking away from the overall seriousness of the show. One of the major arcs of Haikyuu is the build-up to the team's match against the enemy school, Shiratorizawa. The team is known for having the most powerful player in the country, Ushiwaka, and the viewer knows almost nothing about them other than that they have that one amazing player. The tension leading up to this match just keeps building over the course of the show, and it's one of the most defining moments in the series. The characters are all unsure and nervous about how they'll do against such a strong opponent, and the viewer's right there with them, feeling the same tension and anticipation. Another major point of the show is the rivalry between Hinata and Kageyama. Kageyama is the setter for Karasuno, and these two characters are constantly trying to one-up each other, and their rivalry drives them to become better players. Their wildly different personalities make for some interesting dynamics, and their individual growth as players is something that I really enjoy. Despite initially disliking each other, they eventually come to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses and work together to become the strongest duo in the prefecture. The series also does a great job of showing the challenges that Hinata faces as a short player in a predominantly tall player sport, but he's able to prove that height's not everything, and through hard work and determination, he becomes a valuable member of the team. Hinata has a really unique style, and while not being a super technically skilled volleyball player, he still has insanely fast reflexes, speed, stamina, and jumping power, along with blind faith in his teammates. When he's paired with Kageyama, their quick attack is almost unstoppable thanks to Kageyama's superhuman precision and Hinata's speed and determination. One of the things that I love most about Haikyuu is the way that it portrays the team as a whole. On top of focusing on the individual characters and their personal growth, Haikyuu also shows the team working together to constantly improve and become stronger. Even in episodes where there isn't a game happening, the team is still constantly practicing and working on their skills. And the attention to detail and focus on improvement is something that I really love, and it makes the whole show more enjoyable to watch. It's great to see the team growing and improving together, and it's one of the things that makes Haikyuu such a good sports anime. Another aspect that I love is the way it portrays the relationships between the characters, whether it's the rivalry between Hinata and Kageyama, or the close friendships between the other team members. The series does a great job of showing how the characters support and motivate each other. For example, all the third years on the team work together really well and act as the big brothers of the team, and this sense of camaraderie and teamwork is something that I think is really special about this show. Each season is also very unique and brings its own challenges and highlights to the series. For example, in season 1 we are introduced to the enemy team Aoba Josai, and we see the team face off against them in an absolutely grueling match. This match is the most defining moment of the season, and it sets the stage for the rest of the series. It also focuses heavily on Hinata and his drive to get better, and sort of shifts off of him and more onto the rest of the team in later seasons, while still keeping him as the lovable main character. Then in season 2 we see the characters just still working hard to improve and develop their skills. They go through a training camp where they lose pretty much every single game, but each player works on their own unique quirks and leads the team to becoming extremely strong as a whole, which not only keeps the show moving forward, but it also keeps the viewer engaged and excited for future episodes. Then toward the end of the season, the team has another face-off against Aoba Josai again, in a rematch that is even more intense than their first match. This season also explores the rivalry between Hinata and Kageyama, and shows how they are able to overcome their differences and work together to form a formidable duo on the court. But possibly the most exciting season of Haikyuu is season 3, which shows the team face off against their toughest opponent yet, Shiri Torizawa. With the hype building up all the way since season 1, this season is the climax of everything that's happened up to this point. The season-long match is extremely intense and exciting, and it showcases the team's growth and development they've made over the year as they work together to try and come out on top. Overall, Haikyuu is an incredible anime that I think is one of the greatest of all time. Its ability to motivate and inspire the viewers, its realism and unpredictability, and its well-developed characters make it a truly special and enjoyable series to watch. I definitely give this show a strong 9 out of 10 and probably rank it within my top 3 anime. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys in the next video.